Well, today we're diving into all the drama with the British royal family.
Yeah.
Specifically, we're looking at King Charles and Prince Harry.
Right.
And will they ever,
Reconcile.
yeah, reconcile?
Right.
So we're breaking down this new piece from the Daily Beast.
Okay.
It's called Queen Camilla Wants King Charles to Skip Meeting with Prince Harry. Sources.
Interesting.
Published on September 27th, 2024.
Okay.
So,
Buckle up.
yeah, strap in, because it sounds like it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yeah, it's interesting because this is like, family drama,
Yeah.
but it's also like very public and there are actual like constitutional implications here.
Right, exactly.
It's really fascinating.
It's not just like family gossip.
Yeah, yeah.
So the article really sets it up by saying that, Charles is facing a dilemma.
Right.
Should he meet with Harry when Harry comes to the UK?
Yeah.
And it seems like Charles is leaning toward yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Especially because,
motivating that.
well, he was recently
Yeah.
diagnosed with cancer.
Right.
And it seems like,
So he's thinking about
yeah, like mortality and family.
Yeah, and legacy and
Yeah.
I mean, the article uses this really interesting phrase. They call it an instinctive impulse towards Christian reconciliation.
Wow.
Like that's
Heavy.
Yeah, it's a big deal for him, like forgiveness and bringing the family back together.
Yeah, he's always, like, that's been his thing.
It seems to be important to him.
Always trying to smooth things over.
Right.
But it's never that easy with the royals, is it?
Especially not with this family.
Yeah. This is where Queen Camilla comes in.
Camilla. Okay.
Yes.
What's she saying?
Well, she's not, like, publicly saying anything.
Yes.
But sources close to her, yes,
Okay.
suggest that she's urging Charles to really prioritize his health
Makes sense.
and to focus on, their big trip to Australia that's coming up.
Right, which is a huge deal for him as the king.
Huge. Yeah, it's like a massive
Right.
tour.
Totally.
And she's saying, a meeting with Harry,
Oh, absolutely.
especially with their history,
Yeah.
could be really emotionally
Yes, very draining.
draining,
And
logistically too,
Yeah.
like a big to-do.
And they're saying that even though they've shortened the itinerary for the Australia trip, it's still a lot
Still alive.
for him to deal with.
And I think she doesn't want this pre-trip period
Yeah.
to be dominated by family drama,
It's smart.
as if they don't have enough to deal with.
Right, exactly. Just focus on the big trip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, you've got some advisors
Okay.
who are saying, hold on, there could be constitutional implications because of this meeting.
Oh, interesting.
Like, this is where it gets really fascinating.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay, so they're worried that Harry might use this meeting as a chance to lobby his father
Yeah.
directly about his security situation.
Oh, I see. So it's like going around the government.
Yes.
Because officially, the king, while he's a dad,
Yeah.
he also has a very formal role.
Right, yeah.
It's His Majesty's government. So it seems like he's overstepping, like especially when it comes to security,
Oh, yeah.
which is like a big deal.
It could be seen as exceeding his role.
Right, exactly. Constitutionally.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So you've got these family ties pulling him on one way,
Yeah.
health and logistics over here,
Right.
and now this whole constitutional tightrope walk.
Yeah.
And as if things weren't already messy enough,
It's a lot.
you can't forget about
Let me guess.
the elephant in the room,
William.
Prince William.
Of course, right, yeah.
A very strained relationship between William and Harry.
It's always going to be there in the background.
Always,
Yeah.
like this underlying tension.
Right, and the article reminds us that William is still really upset about Harry's memoir,
Oh, yeah.
which, let's just say, wasn't very flattering.
Yeah.
No.
And the article even said that, like, it really hurt people in the family.
I bet, yeah.
Like, really cut deep.
It's a family at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So trying to solve this impossible equation.
Right.
But
Too many variables.
one of the key variables keeps changing.
Yes, exactly. Constantly shifting.
Yeah.
And you're trying to do it all
Publicly.
in front of everyone.
With the whole world watching.
Exactly.
And this isn't even the first time they've met since the memoir came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They
Wow.
met after Charles's cancer diagnosis.
Okay.
And Camilla was even there.
Oh, wow.
Even though
I mean,
Harry had some pretty harsh words for her in the book.
that's right. He did. He did.
Do we know if he apologized to her during that meeting?
The article makes it seem like, no, not really.
Oh, wow.
So,
No apology, all this tension,
right.
and now another visit.
Yep.
And who knows what'll happen?
Who knows? It's a recipe for drama.
I mean, where do we even go from here?
I don't know, but I'm fascinated to see how it plays out. It really makes you think, you know,
about like
how much is Charles weighing being a father
right.
versus like his role as the king.
Totally, like wanting your family to be whole.
Exactly.
But also knowing that anything you do could cause this huge, like...
public spectacle.
Yes.
Because we know that Harry and Meghan will talk about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they've made it clear. They're not afraid
to share their truth, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Which brings us back to Harry's motivations.
Okay, yeah.
Does he really want a relationship? Or is this whole thing about, like, getting what he wants, you know?
I see what you're saying.
Like the security issue.
Yeah, yeah.
It seems like a major sticking point.
It does.
Makes you wonder, is it really about family for him or...
or is it strategic?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I think Camilla's perspective is really interesting.
Okay, how so?
Well, the article really paints her as, like, very aware of what this is doing to Charles. Like, it's not just about Camilla herself.
Right, even though, obviously...
you gotta have some feelings about it.
Of course, yeah.
But she's also thinking about, okay... strategy, right?
What does he need?
Yeah, how do we make sure he's in the best possible place?
Right.
Physically, mentally, for this huge trip to Australia.
Exactly, which is just a few weeks away. Yeah, it's a big deal.
So from her perspective,
yeah.
I can totally see why she'd be like, a possibly explosive meeting with Harry.
Right.
Not the best idea right now.
Too much, yeah.
Too much.
Especially since he's still recovering.
Right, and dealing with...
the cancer.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you've got all these motivations.
I know.
Obligations.
Right.
History.
Yeah, it's a lot.
What do you think is the biggest obstacle to a real reconciliation?
Oh, that's tough.
Is it the security concerns?
I mean, that's a big one.
Or just how strained the relationships are?
Yeah, and you have Camilla in Charles's ear.
Right.
Like, what is she saying?
Yeah, what is she advising him to do?
Right, because it's got to be hard to navigate all of that.
Definitely.
You know, it's funny.
If I had to really pick one thing that's standing in the way of them actually reconciling, I think it's trust.
Trust.
Like, that's the core of it, you know?
Interesting. How so?
Well, think about it. You can see Charles hesitate, can't you? I mean, he wants his family back together, obviously.
Yeah.
But can he really believe that Harry wants that too?
Right.
Or is Harry just trying to get something out of it?
Right, like the security.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then there's William.
Oh, right. William.
Can he ever actually forgive Harry for that book?
It sounds like that really...
it was rough.
Got deep?
Yeah, like really hurt.
Yeah.
And the article made it seem like everyone's still dealing with that.
It's like they're trying to...
it's like a wound.
Build a bridge. Yeah.
That hasn't healed.
That's going to collapse as soon as they step on it.
And this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
This isn't just some regular family.
Oh, absolutely not.
The British monarchy, I mean, love them or hate them, image is everything to them.
Right, and the article even said, like, how damaging this whole thing is.
Oh, yeah. Destabilizing.
To the monarchy.
Yeah.
So they have to figure out...
they have to either fix it or at least pretend to.
Leak it.
Because otherwise it's just going to keep hurting them.
And how do you even do that?
Right.
With Harry and Meghan? Like...
especially them doing their own thing.
Totally. It's like they want to be royal.
Right.
But they don't want to...
on their own terms.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a whole other conversation.
Totally. A deep dive for another day. But it really highlights...
it shows you the challenges.
The challenges, yeah.
Facing the monarchy today, don't you think?
Yeah, it's like old versus new.
Yeah, how do you have these ancient traditions?
Right, all these, like, attitude.
and then you've got this family that's, like...
totally at odds.
broken.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
It's a tough one.
It is. It is.
No easy answers.
No, not at all.
Well, this Daily Beast article really gave us a lot to think about.
It did.
Everything from...
personal stuff.
family drama.
To the political.
Right. Like, what does the Constitution even say?
Exactly.
What a deep dive.
It really was.
But now we want to hear from you, our listeners.
Yeah. What do you think?
What do you see as the biggest obstacle to Charles and Harry actually, like, burying the hatchet?
Right, because there's a lot there.
There's so much there.
Yeah.
And how do you think all of this is going to affect the monarchy moving forward?
Because it's not going away.
No, not at all.
Big questions.
We want to know what you think, because the best conversations happen when we all weigh in.
That's what we're here for.
So, until next time.
See you next time.